And now, your Midday Ark-La-Miss news update.
And good Friday afternoon. Thanks for tuning in to NBC News Daily. I'm Randy Stone with your Midday Ark-La-Miss update. Well, at the state capitol, the regular legislative session is officially over for this year. Insurance and tort reform bills have been debated for several weeks, along with election security measures. And with little time to spare, lawmakers continued their push to get their bills across the finish line. Louisiana First News Capitol reporter Fred Childers has more from the Capitol.
Well, the last day of the regular legislative session proved to be a very busy one for lawmakers. They were not phoning this one in today. They were passing bills and even debating bills up until the very last minute. And one bill had to get across the finish line. That's because it's pretty much the state's checkbook. One of the bills they were working on to get passed was HB 1, the state's budget. That bill finally passed and was sent to the governor's desk. We haven't heard if he signed it yet. Now, this bill got lots of bipartisan support in the weeks prior, but there were some challenges as it neared final passage today. So a couple of weeks ago, when I first told you about this budget, it was $45 billion. Today, it was $49 billion. So there were some questions, as you can imagine, but the bill's author, Representative Jack McFarland, said this is still a standstill budget, and I spoke with him after it passed. Here's what he had to say.
So state general fund is still at a standstill. So revenue estimating forecast makes a recommendation of what they believe revenue will be. We stayed within that. We didn't grow any of that. The additional dollars that you're referencing, the $4 billion, that is accounted for through federal funds.
McFarland says his bill funds all of the critical services in the government, and it funds the legislature's priorities such as education and teacher pay raises, and it does this without raising taxes. For your local election headquarters, I'm Fred Childers.
Continuing Capitol coverage today, Governor Jeff Landry spoke on the legislative session, sending a message to the Louisiana community.
We passed the most comprehensive legal reform measures of any other governor, taking on both trial lawyers and insurance companies. We created stability and certainty for our oil and gas industry. We began reshaping the Department of Transportation, laying the foundation for a system that works for you, not against you.
Well, that is it for our Friday midday update. NBC News Daily will be continuing now. In the meantime, it's our last week next week on our Veterans Food Drive. Go to any Max market, including those in El Dorado, Arkansas, and purchase a bag. Let's support our veterans and do for them what they've been protecting for us. Have a good weekend and go get that bag.